Yo, what up, 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 what up? Who there? Who's in the building? Who's in the building? Who's in the building? Samantha, big up yourself, Samantha. Good morning. If you're from Jamaica, happy Labor Day. I don't know, today's a holiday in Jamaica, so place kind of quiet, which is beautiful. It's a good look. Who else there? Eclectic. Yeah, man, big up yourself, big up yourself. As usual, thanks for coming through. Naldo in the building. Big up yourself, Naldo. Naldo said watching gold right now. All right, we'll soon have a look and see what's going on with gold. Who else there? Who else in the building? Who else in the building? Who else there? Guys, we're at like 99 subscribers right now. We just need one more. So if it's your first time to the live, it'd be so awesome if you would be the 100th subscriber to the channel. You know what I mean? Just hit the subscribe button, click the notification bell, so you know whenever I'm on. So we're at 99 subscribers. Hopefully within the next couple of seconds, we'll get to 100. Do we have 100? Do we have 100 subscribers? Still at 99. Still at 99. Jano. Let's go. Let's get to 100. Today is the day. Today is the day we get to 100. In the meantime, between time, let's look at what the charts are saying. Guys, I got a couple of bangers this week, man. I got a couple of bangers this week, and I'm going to break down to you how it is that I caught these trades. Caught something on UJ, caught something on USD CAD. I didn't catch GA. I didn't catch GA. I should have, but you know, there's still an opportunity on GA same way. Price broke this trend line right here, so we could be seeing a retest for GA to continue to push up, but we're gonna look at that shortly. GU never tagged us in the trade. We're expecting that GU would have been able to give us a trade from this point to come down here and then push, but it left us. But there's still an opportunity to get a trade on GA or GU rather, if it can come back to this zone and then push up. All right, so we'll look into that as well. I was expecting GJ to tap into this area, but it tapped into the second area. I wasn't on the charts. I never got a chance to take this trade, but this is a nice trade opportunity. I wasn't expecting the candle to flip, but it looked like the daily candle might just flip. It might just flip today. You know what I mean? I'm not so sure. The weekly candle's turning is kind of throwing me off, but hey, you never know. Maybe it's gonna flip. So I was expecting it to actually tap the first zone, it break through the first zone and tap the second zone. And if I had actually paying attention to the market, I would have been in this trade. But you know, so you go, you can't get them all. In gold now, I got a couple of gold trades earlier this week. I closed out because at the time when I caught the trade, gold was, I think I caught it from somewhere here, and then gold was just moving so choppy. No strong movement, and then look at this, it just started to push up now. That's how annoying trading is sometimes. Sometimes you expect price to move and it doesn't move, and then you're not in the trade and it just starts to click. But that's how it goes. Opportunities for gold. Maybe we could expect gold to tap into this area. We'd love to see it tap into this area right here. Tap into this area right here. If we can get gold to come back into this area, we might be able to get a trade back to the upside, right? So that's one area that gold could tap into. Gold actually broke structure here again as well. So this could be our next area. This is a more aggressive area for gold to move from. So we could expect the pullback to come to here to push up. Let's see how the 4-hour looks. The 4-hour grabs some liquidity up here. So let's see how the daily, let's see how the weekly. The weekly is very strong, bullish. That much we know. Could it be that it's going for all-time highs this week? Could be going for all-time highs. Let's look at the monthly candle. The monthly candle looks like it wants to push up. So we could be actually tapping all-time highs today, possibly, because gold looks like it wants to continue to push up. So we're looking at this possible zone as the closest zone for gold to react. All right, so that's the closest zone. We could be looking at this candle right here. So this candle right here could give us that push to the upside. So we'd look for probably taking an entry right here, stop loss below there, and then pushing up for 1 to 3 back to the top here at minimum. So this would be our first take profit, and then the next take profit would be the all-time highs. The next take profit could possibly be the all-time highs, which is all the way up here. Not so sure we can get that this week or today, but we can be looking for trades to the upside on gold. Definitely looking for more buys on gold for sure. All right, so let's see how gold plays out. So we're looking for price to pull back into this area, tap us in, and then see if we can get a trade to the upside. So this is the area that we're looking at. Again, you can see a breakout structure here. All right, so we're just looking at market structure, guys. I just trade market structure. All I trade is market structure. All right, I just look at how the structure of the market is, and then I take my trades from just basic market structure. As you can see, price pushed up, pull back, push up, pull back, push up, and now we're waiting for the pullback for the next push up. That's all we're doing. That's all we're waiting for, right? So the two areas that price could react from, I believe, could be right here, this area, or we could also see price tap back into this area right here. Let's look at a closer look at where we could actually see. There's actually a breaker structure here as well. So this could be our third area that price could tap into. This one right here. So we have a couple of areas where price can tap into, or price can just continue to shoot up, right? But I won't be interested in taking any trades until price actually comes into one of these zones. So setting my alerts to here at 333.33. What is it saying? Add alert. Okay, so TradingView is doing some updates, so I won't be able to set my alerts. But this looks like it's actually moving without us, guys. This looks like it's actually moving without us. Or is it just trying to induce us to take a trade? You know, because a lot of persons would have entered here because they see the rejection right here for price to push up, and then price just actually hit their stop loss and then react from this area. That's inducement. So this is probably just pure inducement right now. So this is where we're waiting for price to tap into. This is the area we're looking for price to tap into. So if we can get price to tap into here, and that would be awesome. And then we can possibly get a 1 to 5 back up to here. So this would be our trade. So let me see if the alerts are back. Still no alerts yet. So we just have to keep our attention on this. So we don't want the price come into this area and then push up, right? If it breaks this area, then we can look at the second area where it can come to and then push up from there. Okay, so this could also be an area where price actually, because this area could also be an inducement area as well. So we could look for an opportunity even closer up here for price to tap back into. Yeah, so we have a couple areas of interest where price can tap into. This being based on how aggressive price is now, I'm anticipating that this would be the more likely one. So we can push this down here and push this down here. And this one is the least likely, I believe. So this would be our first zone that we look at for price to possibly tap into to push up. So that's what we're waiting on. We're waiting to see what happens there. Still 3 hours and 15 minutes left in the 4-hour candle. So is it going to come down and tap us in? I don't know. We have to just wait and see, right? But we're not taking a trade until this candle comes into this zone. That's when we're looking to take the trade. Yeah, so that's how we're looking to take the trade. So yeah, that's how we're looking to take the trade. I don't want to see that. We could possibly look at a reaction somewhere in here as well. Price could react somewhere in here, but I'd prefer a deeper pullback. You know, it's almost like consider a slingshot. Like the further you pull away the slingshot, is the more it kind of pushes forward. So I like when there's a deeper pullback. We reach 100 subscribers yet. Still at 99, guys. If you have not yet, please subscribe to the channel. If you're here for the first time, please subscribe to the channel. We only have one more to reach 100. First milestone, my first milestone. I've been running this this channel now for I think over a month, almost 2 months. Well, I don't think it reached 2 months yet, like just over a month. You know what I mean? So, you know, consistency beat me because, of course, life happens, life is happening. And I'm a very busy person, but trading is something that I love to do. So this trade now, let's talk about the USD CAD trade. Let me show you how I caught this trade. So basically, right, the market was in an overall downtrend, as you can see here. All right, let me see if I can do a bar replay. Let's go to here. Let's clear the charts, right? As you can see here, price was in an overall downtrend, right? The only way that we should be looking for price to change its trend is if we see the trend being broken by price actually coming up here, retesting, and then pushing up, right? Because price is making a trend down, you know, all lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. So we see that there's a clear trend to the downside. So the only thing that we're thinking about is sells, right? So if we look on the higher time frame, say the 4-hour, right? We see where price was actually pushing up first. So price was pushing up and was making this move. But then something interesting happened. Price went down, right? So on the way down, price broke this level right here, which we would now consider a change of character. So this change of character is signaling to us that price is no longer in an uptrend. It has now transitioned to a downtrend, right? This change of character right here. So we'll go down now to the 1-hour and we'll look at areas where price is actually breaking structure, right? So we have a breaker structure here. And we'll have a breaker structure here. Now what happens is typically price in a downtrend, it makes an impulsive move, then it pulls back, then it makes another impulsive move, then it pulls back, and then makes another impulsive move, right? Now, what you need to understand, guys, is that during its impulsive moves, there are areas where there's a lot of liquidity, a lot of sellers, a lot of people that are moving the market sitting down in this area. So price is waiting to get back to this area to actually move down. And once it breaks structure, so this breaks this low, right? What we can expect is that price is going to do the same thing again. So it's going to pull back, tap into an area where there's liquidity and there's other people just sitting there waiting for the trade. And then it's going to break structure again. So there it breaks structure again right here. Right? So we have breaker structure here. And we have break of structure here. Now, a couple of things that I always tell people to focus on, right? When in a downtrend, you focus on the highs. As long as the highs are not being broken, then you're still in a downtrend, right? And as long as the lows, so sometimes you can actually have the lows being broken and price. So price could do something like this. So you could have something like this. And a lot of people would think that because price made a high right here, right, and then another high right here, they would think that price has now transitioned into an uptrend. But the reality is that this is the major high that caused this breaker structure. So until price comes up and breaks this major high that caused this breaker structure, you still are in a downtrend, right? So price would have to do something like this. Boom. Break this major high, retest it, and then push up. That is when you transition into an uptrend. But for now, we're expecting price to tap into here and then continue its move down. Right? So don't be fooled by internal breaker structure. Always focus on the major highs that caused a break of structure. Right? I hope you guys understand that. See? So now, let's remove all this. So now we're looking at the lows being broken and the highs, as you can see, are coming down. So we're expecting, or we're anticipating, that price is gonna start to reverse. So once you see this engulfing candle, a lot of persons will say, okay, I am seeing this engulfing candle, which means that the market is now in an uptrend, so now I'm going to buy. Now the reality is that, guys, if you see this and your confirmations coming, you can very much so buy, because you can get a nice trade from this. But guess what? The problem is that you're going against the market and you don't know when the market is going to actually change its trend. So the best thing to do is to actually look for opportunities to sell, even though you can still buy and make money, right? So the trend is your friend. Always remember that. See, now, I mean, sometimes just to kind of test out my skills, I go against the trend. I take a couple counter trend trades. But when I do take my counter trend trades, a couple of things. One, I use a very minimal stop lot, minimal lot size. And two, it's only for a scalp. Like the moment it reach a minor zone, I'm out of the trade. So as long as I can see a 1 to 3 range on the opposite way of the trend, and it plays out, as soon as it plays out, I get out. I'm not trying to hold. But when I'm going with the trend, that is when I'm more confident in holding my trades. So we see where price break structure right here, right? And we see where price break structure right here on the lower time frame. So we keep going down to the lower time frame. So the first area that we realize is that, okay, this high is the high that causes breaker structure, right? And then this high up here is the high that caused this breaker structure. So therefore, these highs are being maintained, which signals to us that, hey, we are still in a downtrend, right? So boom, these are our breaker structures. So we're looking for price to come back into this area. So where exactly are we going to enter? So price is now coming back. So let's now look at our 15-minute timeline to see where are possible areas where we can enter this trade, right? So boom, we're on the 15-minute timeline and we see where price actually pushed down from here. This is the last point that price pushed down. So we have an area of interest right here, which is an order block, right? So I trade price action and I use order blocks and fair value gaps to enter the market, right? That is where I get my quote unquote sniper entries. So I am looking at this area as a potential area for price to tap to. And also, if you look to the top right here, this is another potential area for price to tap to, right? So if price does break this area, there's a great chance it's going to actually come down as well, right? So now we're looking at the areas where price can tap into, similar to what I said. Now we just wait and see how price reacts. And as you can see, price taps in our first zone, and then it breaks this zone, taps in our second zone, and then pushes down, right? So how I got into this trade now is, one, even though, let me do a replay again. Even though you had this area, which was the area that price reacted from, right, and pushed down, and when price started to come back, it started to move towards this area. The reason why I never entered on this area right here is a couple of things, right? Number one, it is dependent on what the higher time frame was telling me. So if the higher time frame looked like it was very strong bearish, I wouldn't have wanted to enter until that bearish candle actually closed, right? That's number one. And number two, I'm looking at, could this area right here be inducement? Meaning that, could there be liquidity standing right here for the market to come, tap into here, fake out people, and then push further? So my entry was actually at this point, because I'm saying that, okay, here, I'm saying that if anything, and price is gonna actually induce me, because this is so close to another order block, if price is gonna try to induce me, it will be this area where it's gonna try and come back from, grab liquidity right here, tap into this order block, and then push forward. So I was targeting the high that the market created before it started to, or the low, sorry, that the market created before it started to push back up. So this is the last point where price actually came in before it started to push back up. And I'm sitting right here and I'm waiting. I'm setting a trap now for this pair to actually tap into here. I put my stop loss a little bit above the order block right here, just to safeguard it. And then, as you can see, we have inducement right here. We have our order block right here. We have price pulling back, everything lining up, and we're on a downtrend. So all our confluences are lining up, right? So I'm pretty confident in this trade. So what I can do is I can just set a sell limit, or I can set a sell stop, and then I'm good to go. So once price reaches here, I'm tagged in the trade as it tapped onto this blue area. As it tapped right here, I'm in the trade, right? That is how I get my sniper entries, because sometimes as price tap into here, just moves automatically, like it just moves like in the blink of an eye. So most of the times, that is my set and forget strategy. I analyze a trade. I'm saying, okay, this is my area of interest. If price comes up here, I know that once it taps into here, it's going to actually just start to push. So I'm waiting for it to come there. So I'm sitting down. As a matter of fact, I'm not even sitting down. I'm going about my business. And then, boom, waiting, going about my business, living my life, right? And then, boom, I'd get an alert, because I have my alerts on. I get an alert that, hey, price has tapped here. So once I get the alert, right, I'm now chilling. And then I have this area right here that now becomes the area where I want to see price break. This is my first area, and I think this is the 1 to 3. Yes, so this would be my 1 to 3. So if price breaks this area, right, I can look for continuation. If it doesn't break this area, at least I know I tap into at least 1 to 3, because I tell you guys all the time, you want to make sure that you at least get 1 to 3 minimum when you're trading. When you're trading, don't go for a 1 to 1 or a 1 to 2, go for 1 to 3. Over time, that plays out better for you, right? And I'm going to show you guys, for those who are new here, I'm going to show you guys why is it that 1 to 3 actually works better than going for 1 to 1s and 1 to 2s, right? So go for minimum 1 to 3, right? So I know that if price taps here, I'm getting a 1 to 3, but my overall TP is right here. So my first TP is right here. My overall TP is right here. Now, what I typically do sometimes is that sometimes I'll have multiple entries, right? And when price gets to here, I'd close out 1 or 2 of my entries and then hold the rest to the next TP. That's one option. The other option is once price gets to here, I'd put my stop loss to break even. So that way, even if price is supposed to pull back, at least I know that I didn't lose any money. But once the price pushes, I'm good to go, right? And so we're here and we're waiting to see what happens. As you can see, price pushes up. And then eventually, price starts to head back down. Right? So again, my stop loss was saved. And this is another thing, guys. Like a lot of persons would have seen, for instance, price push away and they're in profits to right here. And they immediately put their stop loss to break even. Right? Now, guys, I want to tell you this. Once you enter a trade, make up your mind to lose the money. Just make up your mind. Right? If you're not going for the full trade, just don't go at all. Don't trade. If you're not willing to hold the trade to where you need it to go at minimum 1 to 3, just don't bother trade. If you're not willing, right? If you're not willing to hold a trade, don't bother trade. Don't rush to put your stop loss to break even, right? If you're worried about losing the money, you shouldn't be trading. If you're worried about losing money, this is not a profession for you. This is not a career path that you should be taking. If you're worried about losing money, stick to going to a 9 to 5, stick to a job. This is not the business for you, all right? Don't worry about losing money. You are going to, I guarantee every single trader, no matter how rich, no matter how you see them spending this bag of money, every trader lose. I personally lose 50% of my trades. Between 40 to 50% of my trades, I lose, which means that for every 10 trades that I take, I either lose 5 or I lose 4, right? So if I can lose half of my trades and still be making thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, then it means that really and truly, you shouldn't be risking more than you can afford to lose. You have to risk it for the biscuit, right? So once you decide to trade, make up your mind you're going to lose money. And I can guarantee you that if you have that mindset, you're going to be profitable. There's no qualms about it, right? Make up your mind, so there's a great chance you're going to lose money. Have a strategy that works at least 50% of the time, and you're good to go, right? So boom, I'm in this trade now, and then price does this. Price breaks through my first TP. Remember now, this is my first TP. At that point now, I can move myself into a little bit of profits. Not even break even. A little bit of profits. You know why? Because this is market structure. Watch this now. Remember that price broke structure right here. Right? So price broke structure right here. I'm going to give you guys a secret to holding trades and even adding additional positions, right? So price break structure right here. Let me move this so you can see clearly. Remember, how we got into the trade is that price break structure, we wait for it to get to an order block, and then we enter the trade. It's the same concept when you're zoning in and you're stacking on your trades, right? So price break structure right here. This is a breaker structure, right? And then when it broke structure, it left this right here, this order block right here. And then from the order block, look what it did. It tapped into the order block, and then it starts to move. So this is the next 1 to 3.7. And if you carry it all the way down here, this entry would have been a 1 to 4. So you get a 1 to 6 right here, you get a 1 to 4. That's a 1 to 6.13, 1 to 4.14. This whole move, if you were able to actually catch this whole move and stack on your entries, it would have been a 1 to 11, guys. A 1 to 11. Right? The price broke structure. Now, I never re-entered because I never needed to. I already stacked up most of my entries on here for this trade. But I could have re-entered again right here and stacked some more trades. Right? And then, once I see price break structure right here, I'm good to go. Then I move this into profits. So the first entry is in profits, and now the second entry is in profits. So even if price pull back, I'm good to go. I haven't lost any money. I've gained a little bit of profit. And look at this. Price is almost at my TP. And then, again, I can look at what is the next order block. This is the next order block. So even if price pull back, as long as price does not break this level and retest and then start to push up, that is when I know that I'm still good to go for the trade. And then we just wait and see what happens. And boom, TP hit. This would have been a 1 to 11 trade. So 6.13 and 4.84. And that is how you capture those trades. And I was able to capture these trades. I hope you guys understand. Just drop a thumbs up in the comment section if you understand the breakdown. If you want me to go over it again, just let me know. But just drop a thumbs up in the chat if you understand the breakdown. And we are officially at 101 followers. I want to thank you guys for supporting the channel. Thank you guys for being here with me. Thank you guys for your support. I appreciate it. We have hit our first milestone of 100 followers today on May 23, 2025. Learn to Trade JA is now 100 subscribers deep, right? I appreciate you guys. Thanks a lot for, being a part of the thing. Big up to the GOAT. The GOAT is in the building. The GOAT is in the building. Big up yourself, Chakur. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Guys, again, if you are clear and you understand how we got this trade, just drop a thumbs up in the comment section for me, please and thanks. Right? And the thing is that this trade is still going. This trade is still dropping. right? So we could have even hold it a little bit longer. But watch this now. Again, it's the same thing that happens here. Price broke structure, right? So this is our breaker structure. And then from this breaker structure, we look at the candle that started the impulsive move, which is the order block. So our order block would be this candle right here. So our order block would be this candle right here. So once we saw, if we're still holding the trade, once we saw price actually maintain this order block, and as you can see, this is the inducement. This should have been the inducement. Remember I told you about the liquidity grab, the inducement. So a lot of persons would have been tricked and took the trade as the trade pulled back right here and then got stopped out, and then the price would come up into this area and then move. So if you're monitoring your trade, you could have now said, all right, price didn't break right here, reacted from here, price is going to continue to go down, and you'd have still been in this trade right now, right? So now you could have moved the stop loss behind here if you want to hold it, and then you could have moved the stop loss also below here. But this is now where you start to just trade a stop loss as market creates structure. So right off the bat, you can just continue to hold. You'll have probably taken off most of your profits. So probably even 80% or 90% of your profits, and you just letting some runners run, and you just put your stop loss below the market structure. Every time there's a high that is created, you put your stop loss above the high that is created until market actually stops you out. That is how, guys, most of these traders make their millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? The market don't always move like this. But when the market move like this, you want to capitalize on it. So we could have gotten another entry right here at this point. We could have gotten another entry right here at this point. We could have gotten another entry at this point as well. So we could have get an entry right here, and we could have get a next entry right here. That's how you stack your trades, guys. And this would be a nice 1 to, guys, it's like a 1 to 6. Like today was a day that USD CAD paid. It doesn't always look like this, guys. It doesn't always happen like this. But this is one of the days when, so when you see people make money, when you see us make money from trading, we don't make money from just one trade. You know, you're on it every single day, and you look at the same thing. You focus on the same way to trade every single day. Every single day you come, you look for your same exact setup. You look for the same thing. So sometimes it's going to play out, guys. Sometimes it's not. It's just a part of trading. When you go on a losing streak, don't feel like, say, you don't know how to trade. You still know how to trade. The market does not paying you. But when the market does pay you, guys, don't close your trade out early. Just like when the market stop you out easy, you want to hold your trade out easy. Stop rushing to break even. Stop rushing to close your trades early. Hold your trades, guys. Hold your trades. That's how you get paid. You know what I mean? So I can tell you from experience, even to today, sometimes, you know, I get a little nervous when I think about how the market structure. But once I focus on, is the market breaking these areas? Is the market moving how I want it to move? Then, you know, it gives me back the confidence to say, all right, let me just go and hold it. Like, I wish I was still holding this trade, but because I never wanted to sit down and monitor the trade all day, I never get a chance to hold it. But this trade is moving. This is paying. If you look at the monthly candle, the monthly candle has its sights set on going down here. Right? So it broke this structure right here. I know what's funny. Was it USD CAD or GBP CAD? Shakur. I think this was it. This wasn't it. I think it was GBP CAD still. But hey, as you can see, price broke back into this area. So therefore, there's a great chance that price is going to come and tap all the way here. The first place it's going to tap into is right here. Right? So if you look, this is possibly an order block right here. So at least, if anything, the monthly candle is going to tap somewhere down here. So we're still looking for sells on USD CAD, because as you can see up here, there's a breaker structure. And this breaker structure right here, it left this order block right here. The last candle before the push to the upside. And if we go down lower and lower, we can see where price is headed to. So we know that price is headed to somewhere down here. So now it's on us to figure out, okay, where are the areas that we could actually get entries from as price moves down, right? So price is coming for this week right here. So look at this move. One long, beautiful candle. This is when the market pays us, guys. This is when the market pays us, right? Sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it does. But when it does, we get paid. Just like how you're there for the losses, always be there for the big wins as well. You know what I mean? So we're expecting price to come all the way down here. So let's see what other opportunities exist for price, right? We can see that there's a breaker structure here, right? And from this breaker structure, we can see where we have an order block right here. And we have potential inducement right here. So now we're just waiting to see what price does. There's also a breaker structure right here, guys. So this is a breaker structure. And also this is a breaker structure. So now this area is an area where price can actually return to as well. So this could be the inducement as well. So we're now waiting to see which one of these areas price will tap into. Does price come back and tap into here and then push down, or does it come and tap into here and then push down? So, but these two areas would now be our areas of interest. We're not looking for buys at all. There's no reason to look for buys. The only time we look for buys is when price comes up, breaks all of this area, comes down, retest, and then starts to break areas to the upside. That is when we look for buys. But for now, we're looking for sells and sells only. All right, so those would be our two areas of interest. What we do now is we set alerts. Alert here, alert still not working. Let me refresh and see if that will help. So I have an alert here. Yeah, look at that. I just needed to refresh. All right, so this would be our first alert right here. Let me see. All right, I'm gonna break down this as well shortly. Look at this GBP AUD trade. You know, this is a counter trend trade actually. No, it's actually, yeah, it is, because highs. So I was expecting price to actually push down, but then I saw the opportunity of price pushing up. And that's why I never did take the trade. So Chakor, you see why I never end up at take the trader, because I just never liked for the 4 hour look. I was expecting it to push down, but then it ended up pushing up, right? However, there's still opportunities to jump into this trade. Still opportunities to jump in this trade. So let's see. Let's look at that later. Which one we're monitoring? We're monitoring gold. Was it gold that we're monitoring? Yes, so gold is now pushing up. There's no entry confirmations on gold. So this would have missed us, because I would have needed to see gold actually come down to here. Even if we're taking it from this order block, I would need it to actually tap into this order block, which it didn't. It did tap into this fair value gap. It did tap into this fair value gap, so could have gotten that trade from the fair value gap, but I'm not so sure I would have taken the trade. I would have liked to see, like, there's inducement right here, but I'd like to see more down here. So actually, this is the area that I'm more interested in. I'm more interested in this area. I don't want to see gold come down here for me to take a buy. It might very well just move and leave us behind, but that's just how it is. BTC hit all-time high. I was expecting BTC to come down here, which it did. Is there another opportunity for BTC? Came down here, but this is the order block that it actually tapped into. So it tapped into this order block right here. Trying to see if there's any area. There's a breaker structure right here. Not comfortable with any trades on BTC, but BTC it all-time highs this week. Up here. So anybody who have Bitcoin, you're rich. Look up on yourself. Right, and it looks like it's going to continue to fire. Oh, okay. So this is the area that it reacted from. There you go. This is the area that it reacted from. Reacted from here. And is now pushing up. Going back to its all-time highs. But we're not in that trade. Let's see. I'm not so interested in NAS or US30, to be honest. I'm just a Forex guy. All right, so how did we catch this trade? Now, this trade was more like a market structure trade that played out the way I wanted it to, right? So let me show you what was happening. Where is the bar replay? Replay. So simple market structure, guys, right? I was looking at the market and then price broke here. So this is a breaker structure. So a breaker structure here. And then this high was created. No, the first thing is that price reacted from this zone a couple of times to the downside. Overall, as you can see, as I said before, guys, we're in an overall downtrend. Where's my arrow? Yeah. So we're in an overall downtrend. There's no way that we're going to be buying. There's no reason for us to buy, right? Because the last time that price broke structure from a high, this was the high. So for us to buy, I would need to see price break above here, retest and then push up. That's the only way without transition into a buy. However, you are still on sells because guess what? This high created this low and then now price is moving back up. So a lot of persons would have gotten tricked and say, oh shit, yeah man, price is now in an uptrend. So we're trending up now. Now this is a minor uptrend, yes, but the overall sentiment of the market, if you zoom out, the overall sentiment of the market is down. So therefore, this is just a pullback for price to continue to go down. So I was waiting to see price change character, right? So we're here and we realize that you have this low right here and this low created this high, right? And then you had this low that was created, that created this high. But then this high did not break this high. Instead, it dumped down. So the first thing that we saw is we saw a breaker structure right here. So that's our first sign. Now it hasn't changed character because this low is still right here. So there is no change of character. It's just a breaker structure, internal breaker structure. Right? So we have to wait and see what else happens. So as we wait, we see price actually break here. See? So when price break there, I went to the 5-minute time frame, right? And I saw where price was messing around here. And what I noticed is that boom, low, it's still a lower high. And even though it created an equal low right here, the next time the high was created, it created a lower high still. And remember, on the previous period we were watching it, I always tell you guys that, hey, when it comes on to a downtrend, you focus on the highs. So as you can see, price is still in a downtrend. So for me, I'm saying, okay, here's the thing. I'm going to enter this trade because guess what? If this price, which has been holding right here for so long, actually breaks through here, it's gonna actually shoot down. So I set my entry as the candle break and my stop loss a little bit above here, because this would have been the last high that was created before price actually pushed down. And then I targeted down here, this last low right here as my take profit, because this was the area that price started its upward move from. As you can see, it tapped here and then it started to move up. So I'm expecting that price is going to eventually come back down here, right? So unlike the previous times when I'm waiting on an order block to enter my trade, right? What I did is I actually waited for price to break structure and tap into here. Hold on, let me see something. My target was actually down here. This is what my target was. Or hold on, let me go to the higher time frame. Sorry guys. Let me go back to the higher time frame. Right. So my target, yes, my target was right here. Right? So boom, back to here now. I waited for the candle to break here. Once I saw the candle break there, I put my stop loss above the last candle that caused this break. And then we just waited to see how everything played out. As you can see, price just started to dump. And this is where we are right now. I actually took my profit here. This is where I took my profit. Right? So that is how you could have gotten in this trade, gotten a nice 1 to 4. Definitely coming down here. So there's a nice 1 to 5 opportunity. But I jumped out of the trade once I saw this candle push down. I wasn't interested in waiting for the candle to go all the way back, possibly putting me back in drawdown and then push back. I got the 1 to 3 that I want and I took it. Right? So I'm actually out of this trade. But this is how, guys, you could have gotten an entry without waiting for it to hit the order block. Right? Price was playing around right here, and even though it was playing around and I went to the lower time frame, I saw that even though there was maintaining equal lows right here, so equal lows was being maintained right here, I see where price was actually making lower highs. So once it break, that's all I needed, and I knew that price was going to continue to drop. Right? So that is how you could have gotten that trade. Anybody understand? Everybody good at that? Everybody understand how we got that, right? Just drop a thumbs up for me, please, if you're covered. If you want me to go over it again, let me know. Don't be afraid, guys. Guys, let's drop a thumbs up in the chat. Yeah, so let's look back at gold. Let's see what's happening with gold. All right, so gold tapped into our inducement area. So we're still waiting for gold to push back down here, guys. This is where we're trying to trap gold. GJ pushing up nicely. Could we have gotten a trade from this? Let's look at the 4 hour, see what the 4 hour is saying. All right, overall, as we can see right here, GJ is on a downtrend, right? So all we're seeing is sells on GJ. On the 4 hour, let's look at the 4 hour, let's see what the 4 hour is saying. 4 hour is saying sells, the daily is saying sells. So we're looking at sells on GJ, right? So we're only looking at sells. So let's drop into our timeline or entry timeline, time frames, right? So we see where price was going up, started to break structure, it came up here and it just dumped, right? So we know that price is in a downtrend still, because guess what? This was the high that was created and price still maintained the high. As a matter of fact, the high came all the way from here. So all this high is still being maintained. Equal highs, right? So price came from here, came down here, push back up here, reacted, break structure, came up here, pushed back, reacted, came back, reacted, and now it's pushing. It's seemingly pushing up. Now, to me, I am not interested in trading GJ because I'm not sure what price is gonna do, right? As you can see, this is all just a simple range area. So you could possibly take a trade here back to the top of the range. That would be more likely what I would think to do. But even when you look at the higher time frame, you can see where the higher time frame is basically, strong bearish. Even though the monthly time frame is strong, is bullish, I'm not so sure what. Let's see the weekly time frame. Yeah, so GJ in a very tricky situation right now. It'd be tough to trade GJ, to be honest with you. What I'd want to see, right, is I'd want to see, because this is the last break. This is a breaker structure right here. So price broke structure right here. So for me to take a buy, and then price tapped into here, but it didn't break structure. So for me, I'd want to see price probably go up here, retest, and then push up for us to take a buy. Right? Or we could look at this as our order block. And we could wait for price to actually tap into here and then push back down. But as it stands now, there's no clear movement on GJ as to what GJ wants to do or where it wants to go. We could refine our order block to about right here. So we could look at this being the inducement. And then the possible entry could be something like this. So this could be how we could possibly get into GJ. But then we also have to be mindful of up here. All of these were equal highs. And as you can see, price is moving in an upward direction right here. But overall, as you can see, we're in a downtrend. So we're going to hold on to it continuing in a downtrend. So if we're going to take any trades on GJ, I'd want to take a sell from right here. I don't want to take a sell from right here, but it's a very tricky sell because price could always break up here, retest, and then continue to push up. So GJ is a bit tricky right now. GJ is a bit tricky right now, but let's see how it plays out. Is there another opportunity for us to get into UJ? So for us to get into UJ, right, we'll have this breaker structure right here. And this is the high that was created to create that structure. So this high created this breaker structure. So until price breaks this high, we're looking for sells. So could it be that we could have price come back into this area right here and then start to push down back? That's a possibility. We could look at this as our order block. be the inducement right here. Price could be coming back right here to tap here to actually push down. So a trade to the downside will look something like this on UJ. Stop loss above here. Take profit down here. So UJ, a trade on UJ could look like this. So we'd want to see price actually come all the way back here, tap into here, and then push it down. So we could set an alert right there. As a matter of fact, we set the alert right at the inducement area, which would be this high. So once price tap here, we'll be alerted and we can decide if we're going to jump in the trade. Yeah, let's set an alert right here as well, but we have our alert right there already. So for this now, what we're waiting on is we're waiting for price to come up into here and then possibly push down or tap into here and push down. So those are two areas of interest. All right. GBP AUD, this looks like it gone. I don't even think that we can probably get into this trade again. But wait, let's look at this price break structure here. And price, well, it didn't really break structure here. It didn't really break structure there. Let's look at the daily. Got the weekly. Got the monthly. All right, guys. This is possibly a nice entry, actually. Let me tell you why. We have 3 minutes left in this 15-minute candle. We could possibly take a trade from here. Price tapped into the order block. Or do we wait until the price tap into here? Because this would be the order block right there. This could be the inducement. This could be the inducement. So could we get, because price basically, price did break structure here. And even though it never breaks structure under, I mean, it break above, but it never close above. There's still a potential here. So we could possibly take an entry. Or the 4 hour is very strong bearish. So that the 4 hour now is what kind of throwing me off. The 4 hour is where our problem is. Because the daily can still flip. We have 6 hours left in the daily. So the daily can flip, right? This is the high that it might be going after. On the weekly, right? The weekly candle we see is strong bullish. So it could still be going after that high. And then also the monthly candle looks like it wants to flip and drive. Because it's already broken the previous day's high. Or the close, like it closed, like where the previous month closed, it went down, it tapped into here, grabbed liquidity here, and now it's pushing up. So I'm expecting that for the rest of the month, we're possibly going to get some more push up. So even though the 4 hour is not looking good for us, we might be able to catch a good trade from this. Let's look at the 2 hour. right? So in 15 minutes, 2 hour actually closes as well. So it's not a bad trade actually. It's not a bad trade. Worst case scenario, price might be looking to come even further down here before pushing up. So this could be an next area that price attacks. But then this is the most recent breaker structure area. All right, so we have this area right here that price broke structure to the upside. So this would have been our most recent area. If price does not hold up to here, there's a great chance it might come down here. Right? And as we refine the area now, 30 minutes. 30 minutes is right there. $30-minute right here. And then our entry time frame is a 15-minute. Yeah, this could be where we want to see price actually tap into. Yeah, so let's see if in the next 15 minutes we could possibly get a trade. Price tap into here, stop loss below there, and we could probably take the trade back to the top right here. Not so sure this gold trade is going to end up playing out, to be honest. But I think the focus now is on this GA trade. Could we possibly get a move to the upside on this GA trade? Is it possible? 4-hour candle is very strong to the downside. So concern I'm having is that there's so much wicks down here, which could be liquidity that price could come down to, grab, and then push up. So this also could be some inducement right here. So this is kind of tricky, but we're following market structure, right? Push up, pull back, equal, high, push down, then push up, pull back, equal, high, push up, pull back, equal, high. So as you can see, this is typically how this trade moves, right? This pair moves, sorry. So push up, pull back, equal high, deeper pullback, then push up. That's interesting, guys. That's why sometimes it's good to know the pairs that you're trading, because it kind of leaves clues as well. So if you look at how this moves, right? So we push up, pull back, push up again, create an equal high with wicks. You do a deeper pullback and then push up. Then pull back, then push up again, equal high right here, and then do a deeper pullback and then push up. Pull back, push up again, same equal high, do another pullback and then push up. This is now the pullback. It push up again, creates an equal high. Now it's coming back for a pullback. Now could this pullback now be the push up? So very interesting stuff. Very, very interesting stuff. So let's see how it plays out. We have just under 10 minutes to go to see what happens. Anybody have any questions? Anybody want me to go over anything? You guys good? Just drop a thumbs up in the chat. Come on, guys. There's like 8 people here. I tell me said the 8 people can just put a thumbs up in the chat. Show some love. Come on, guys. Let's go, man. Just give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you're here. You're active. You're watching. Drop a thumbs up in the chat, please, and thanks. Big up Shakur. Big up, my G. Big up. If only the 7 other people. Samantha, big up yourself, Samantha. Let me see what's happening in the comments. Aneta says, can you go over it again? Go over what, Aneta? What you want me to go over again? Okay, I guess I did. So he said, thank you. All right, cool. Samantha Hill, big up yourself. Thanks for the thumbs up. Appreciate you guys. I love for us to make some money today, guys. I love to help you guys make some money today. Honestly. So I'm hoping we could get a trade. So I'm telling you about GJ, like GJ moving very tricky right now. Extremely tricky right now is GJ. Gold look like it's gone. Don't look like we're getting into gold, guys. Gold look like it's gonna continue to push up. So gold will be doing something like this and continuing to push up. Also, guys, follow me on TikTok. I'm on TikTok and I'm on Instagram at Learn to Trade JA on all platforms. Learn to Trade JA on all platforms. Follow me now. Follow me now on Learn to Trade JA.
100 men.
Aha, appreciate Aneta. Is it Aneta or Anita? Aneta. I'm thinking it's Aneta. I don't think it's Anita, but appreciate the love. Remember to follow me, guys. Follow me on Instagram and on TikTok. Once you follow me, I'm gonna follow you back. I'm the follow back person. Hey, gorgeous. Somebody's spying on me. Somebody is spying on me. Make sure you see I take notes, Miss Vanessa. I know what that looks. I know what that look means. Okay, guys, you see this look? Shakur. So like bad mind in that, bro. They got a bad mind, bruh. They got a bad mind. This look, I know what this look means, guys. This look means I soon have to go. This look means I soon have to go. The boss is calling. Oh boy. See, someone tell you. Why may I tell you? So Anita, what am I going to know? I can't hear you. All right. Type 1 for Anita and type 2 for Anita. So 1 for Anita and 2 for Anita. Which one is it? Anita, write out the word 2 times. Write out her name 2 times. Right back. I know which one. Yo, y'all crack me up, man. So 1 for Anita and 2 for Anita. 1 for Anita, 2 for Anita. Baby, I promise I'm gonna give them just give me 20 more minutes. That's all I ask for. So guys, I have to leave in 20 minutes. So hopefully, let me see. No, let me see. All right, so the hour candle is about to close. So, babe, just give me 20 minutes. In 20 minutes, I promise I'll be there. All right, just give me 20 minutes. I want these guys to make some money today. So I'm trying to help them to make some money today. Today's Labor Day. Labor Day. Y'all need to be making some money today. I need to get my peeps to make some money today, babe. Well, guys, just check the levels that you're looking out for. Set your alerts. All right. Set your alerts. So even if I'm not on, you're still able to catch the trades. All right, so do we see GA now opening up and coming down here, tap into here, and then push up? Is that what we see? Is that what we're gonna see? Okay, so it's Aneta. All right, Aneta, I see you. No problem. Big up yourself, Aneta. Big up yourself. I see you. I see you. I see you. So it's Aneta. All right, guys. In the meantime, in between time, we're waiting patiently. See if price is gonna tap in here and then push up. Is it possible for us to get a trade today? Is it possible? Everything is possible. Again, we're working with the trend as to how this pair moves, right? What do you see? It breaks, creates a high, equal highs, and then it breaks again. It comes up, creates a high, taps into equal highs, pull back, and then break again. Creates equal highs again, as you can see right here, equal highs. So it breaks, create equal highs, pull back, and then push up. So now it's created an equal high again. Now it's pulled back, so we're expecting it to push up. So let's see if that's what it does, but we still want it to come and tap into our area of interest before we move. Let's look at each time that it actually moves up, right? So grab liquidity right here. This should have been liquidity. And when you grab the liquidity, it taps into this order block. All right. down here. After it broke, it tapped into this order block. So it tapped into order block right here, push up, tapped into this order block right here, then push up. So now we're expecting it to, could it be, guys, that it could be coming deeper to tap into this order block down here? Could it be? This move to the upside, it tapped into this order block right here. And then it push up. So could it be coming for this order block? A breakout structure right here. Could it be coming for this order block right here? Could this be an early entry? Could this entry be a bit too early? Could this be the order block that is going to come and attack? We could see it actually come down here now, guys. We could see it actually come down here and then push up. Let's look at the higher time frame to see what the possibilities are. Let's clear this and see what happens. All right, so price is maintaining right here. I know we have like 5 hours left in the weekly candle, right? But price is maintaining right here. On the monthly, we know it wants to push up. We know that it wants to push up. It has 7 days to push up. On the daily, we see where there's a strong bearish move after breaking structure right here. So could it be that we won't see the move until next week? Even though we have rejections, two rejections right here. We're definitely going for this high. Definitely going for this high, guys. That's for sure. Right? We're going for this high. But are we retesting here first with a daily candle before price pushes up? Or is this daily candle going to flip and drive? That's the question. So look at it this way. We might end up taking an L today if we do force it and take the trade. But then if we take the L today, on Monday, we can take a W, and a really good W too. Because here's the thing. I don't want it to be that the candle actually moves from here and then flip and drive and we miss the trade. So I'm willing to take a chance, right? I'm willing to take a chance. But then again, probably we just need to be patient, because here, on the 4 hour, we can see the clear inducement right here. We can see that this candle is now an engulfing candle, right? And we still have 2 hours left in this candle. So really and truly, we're expecting that price will probably attack this order block from the 4 hours. So this is the more logical. If we think about logical, let's think about logical, right? So price broke structure here. So this is the breaker structure, right? And then after price broke structure there, it broke structure here again. So because price broke structure here, a lot of traders are waiting to get into here with their stop loss. With their stop loss, somewhere here with their stop loss below here. Target up here. So a lot of traders are waiting to get into here. All of this now becomes inducement. this becomes liquidity. So could the market be looking to say, okay, I'm going to grab all of this right here, come back, and then push up? So a lot of traders will be stuck right here. So now, is this the better place to wait for price? And then if we wait for price here, we'll get a lot more out of the trade. So we can get even a 1 to 6 out of the trade. Even more, because guess what? We'll probably get the trade. We'll probably go on a lower time frame and see an even cleaner entry. So we could even get a 1 to 10 or 1 to 11. So is it worthwhile just waiting, right? Just waiting for next week to take this GA trade? Because based on market structure, this is beautiful structure. This is beauty, right? It's a beautiful structure right here. So you have a breaker structure right here. But for this breaker structure, that's right here, right? This would have been the order block. This would have been the order block for this breaker structure. Price did not go there. Price instead stopped right here. So could this be so high? So look at this now, right? Similar to here, price is creating all this liquidity. So could it be that price might just come down here and stop somewhere in this area and then push up? That's a possibility. But the important thing is, guys, that we might have to wait a little bit. Like this right here is definitely inducement. So we don't want to be caught right here. As you can see, inducement here, price came, grabbed all this inducement and then moved. If you look again, look at inducement. So this is all inducement again. So this is inducement right here. Price came, took out the inducement and then pushed up. Right? Look at this. Inducement again. Right? And then price came down, tap into this order block right here, and then push up. So this was the order block that price moved from. So, based on those clues, guys, I believe the best thing for us to do is to wait for price to sweep liquidity down here and then push up from here. So which would mean that there's a great chance that we're not getting the trade today, right? So we can do one of two things, and I'll take a vote on it. We can look to take the trade today, right? And we'll take the trade from this order block. So we can look to take the trade from somewhere up in here, right? We take the trade from somewhere up in here, guys, and then we possibly will lose this trade. So this would be like a minus setup, because there's inducement so close right here that price could come down here and then push up from here. So we could look for the trade now, right? Let's refine this even more. So you have this area right here, and then over here we have this area right here. And then we'll go to our entry time frame. On our entry time frame, we have our order block right here. And then below that, we can look at price possibly coming up to here. So guys, maybe this is the area that we need to focus on instead of right here. So we can take the trade. So let's vote. So we can take the trade from right here, wait for price to tap into here, and then have price push up to here. Or we can wait till Monday, take the trade from right here, and then ride this trade, go all the way up to here, even probably even further than that. Well, yeah, that is where the trade is going to stop. And then this will be a 1 to 8. So you guys tell me what you think. Do we set our eyes on this now? Or do we wait for price to come down here? Or we can just do the eye test and see which one is more likely to play out. If you're here for the first time, big up on yourself. Please remember to subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Also, please remember to like the video, give the video a thumbs up, please, and thanks. I really appreciate it. Also, follow me on Instagram at LearnToTradeJA and follow me on TikTok at LearnToTradeJA as well. If you want to join my community where I send out signals and we do sessions where I go through trades and help you to sharpen up your skills and all that good stuff, you can click the pin link in the chat. That will take you there. More to come, guys. I'm always saying that, but trust me when I tell you there's more to come. You get me? So just stay tuned, be active, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. But for now, nothing playing out right now. No setups right now, guys, to be honest. And we don't want to force any trades, right? Don't want to force any trades. Want to go into the weekend feeling good. So let's wait and see what happens. But our 2 point of interest, this is the hottest pair I have right now. And I'm going to keep an eye on even after I finish the live. So we're looking at this area as our point of interest. So we want to see price either move from here or we want to see price move here. So that would be our 2 areas of interest. All right. And hopefully we can make some money from that. But I promised Wi-Fi that I'll be done in 20 minutes. It's longer than 20 minutes, so I'm about to go. It's a holiday, guys. Enjoy the peace and quiet. If you're doing some Labor Day work, have fun, do your thing. All the best with that. And yeah, so I'll see you all on Sunday. On Sundays, I do live chart breakdowns on Sundays, so I'll see you all on Sunday, right here on this channel. Thanks a lot for chilling with me. I appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. I've actually hit 100 subscribers, so that's so exciting for me. So big up on yourselves. Thanks for chilling with me. And please remember to continue to support, like, share, comment, do all the good things then. Keep that community active, all right? So until next time, peace.